After Times now has exposed the chilling details of how hate killed Harsha, the Karnataka Home Minister says that the guilty will not be spared. The Congress, however, insists that both Hindu and Muslim extremism must be dealt with an iron fist.
ಎಲ್ಲ ಹಿನ್ನೆಲೆ ಇದೆ ಅನ್ನೋ ಕಾರಣಕ್ಕಾಗಿ UAPA ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ಗಳನ್ನು ಅಡಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಕೇಸ್ ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅದಾದ ನಂತರ NIAಗೆ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. NIAಯಿಂದ ನಮಗೇನು ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ಗಳು ಬರಲ್ಲ. ಅವ್ರದೇ ಆದಂಥ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಅದನ್ನು ಎನ್ಕ್ವೈರಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತಾರೆ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಈ ಸಂಗತಿ ಈ ಮಾಹಿತಿ ನನಗಿನ್ನೂ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಅವರು ನಮಗೆ ಲೀಕ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಇಲ್ಲ, ನಮ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳೋದು ಇಲ್ಲ. ಅದನ್ನ ಅವರಷ್ಟಕ್ಕೆ ಅವ್ರು ಮಾಡಿ ಅವ್ರು ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಶೀಟ್ ಸಲ್ಲಿಸಬೇಕು. ಇಲ್ಲ, ನಮಗೆ ಇದು ಅನುಮಾನ ಇತ್ತು. ನಮ್ಮ ಪೊಲೀಸರು ಭಾಳ ಡೀಟೇಲ್ ಹೋದರು. ಇದು ಮೊದಲೇ ಅನುಮಾನ ಇತ್ತು. ಇದು ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ಇದಕ್ಕಿದ್ದಾಗೆ ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ವಿರೋಧಕ್ಕಾಗಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದು ಮಾಡಿರಲ್ಲ.
I mean, this is more of a political tool than bringing in uniform reforms. India is quite diverse. India is quite different. So don't impose things on people. It is a diverse country with people different religion, different caste, different language. They've all been living peacefully in a cooperative manner. Why don't you carry on with that?
Let's take this across to our guest now. Joining us, we have with us Mohan Vishwa, spokesperson of the BJP. Shriraj Nair is with us, spokesperson of the VHP. Dr. Suman C. Raman is a political analyst joining us. Also with us, and I want to go across first to Atikur Rahman, Islamic scholar. Atikur Rahman, the details of the charge sheet are out. This is very clearly a case of a hate crime because the kind of acts of these individuals, the kind of recoveries of the body of Harsha, the kind of torturous manner in which he was killed, all just goes to show that this was all done with a very clear pre-planned purpose. And perhaps there's no other word but hate crime that can be used to describe this murder.
Madhav Harsha was killed in the name of Islam. I have earlier told you that whenever such incidents here are taking place, our head should lie in shame. And I, for one, without any ifs and buts, will condemn such killings in the name of Islam. And I demand a fast-track court. Such a fast-track court wherein the charge sheets are directly going to the courts rather than coming to the media and being discussed. I completely object to this being discussed in the media because, Madhav, because this will further create animosity between the two communities. We stand responsible to end the animosity in the name of religious bigotry. This hate should end. This vicious cycle should end. Why are we discussing this on the media? I object to it, Madhav.
Sir,
please pardon me for my words.
Sir, after the investigation
it should be fast-tracked and the culprit should be dealt with so harshly.
Let's put that question across to the BJP spokesperson. We should not be discussing this in the media, says Atikur Rahman. But once the investigation has been completed, once a charge sheet has been submitted, is there something wrong prima facie with picking up such an issue? Mr. Mohan Vishwa. Mohan Vishwa, can you hear me? I request you to turn down the television volume, sir.
See, Madhav, first of all, Atikur Rahman should understand the fact that there is something called as investigative journalism, okay, which every journalist understands, and even you also understand, okay? So just because you will be having your own sources, what's wrong in discussing these things in media? I just understand why he is so upset on that.
Yes.
I just can't understand why he is so upset about that. And the people of the society should know that the media is a fourth pillar in the constitution, and they're having every right to know about what's happening in the society and what is wrong with these guys and how fundamentalists they are. And also when we banned the PFI, I think the same guys who are coming and sitting here on the TV, they were the one who made a huge hue and cry just for banning PFI. Now they should answer how much radicalized their mindset was in killing Harsha. Come on, taking a selfie with a dead body is something which is unacceptable in any part of the society, let it be any religion for that matter. It should be shame on their part. And just because you are discussing here, you should not say that just to bring the harmony in the society, you should not discuss. If that is the case, if that is his intention, he should call his senior Islamic leaders and ask them to tell openly, to keep quiet and to maintain peaceful in the society. Why they are not coming up openly?
One thing I want to make very clear. One thing I want to make very clear is that this is not about. This is very clearly about hate crimes that have taken place. One second, Mohan Vishwa, let me just come in, Mohan Vishwa, and bring in Suman Siraman on this point. Suman Siraman, Praveen Netaru, Harsha, Ranjit Srinivas, Sanjeet, Nandu Krishan, Kamlesh Tiwari, etc. There are a number of people who have been killed, including Rudresh and Chandrakant Sharma. The question is this, that all of these acts are believed to have been carried out by individuals who are radical elements, number one. Number two, just look at the perversity of this crime, taking selfies with the dead body. This is the kind of behavior that the people should know, so that they can very clearly see who is it that is carrying out such kind, or what is the mentality of the people carrying out such attacks and murders.
Madhav, I agree entirely that these are horrendous crimes and the strictest punishment must be meted out. But Mr. Vishwa should also explain why 3 of the accused who were arrested were allowed to have mobile phones in the jail and were making video calls, and why the sister of Harsha is actually saying that that there is injustice being done by allowing these people to have mobile phones in jail and making video calls. And she complained to the Home Minister of Karnataka. So I think that you have to look at it in a larger perspective, that these are ghastly crimes, and whatever it is, whoever is involved must be given the strictest punishment. I don't think anybody has a second opinion on that. But it is sad to see that a government that claims to be standing for those like Harsha is actually allowing the accused to have mobile phones and carrying out conversations from jail.
Okay.
Now they've filed a case against three of the accused for carrying mobile phones, and they've transferred some prison officials and all that.
All right.
But just look at the seriousness of how the Karnataka government is handling this case.
Before I take that question across to Mohan Vishwa, Shriraj Nair, I want you to respond to that. Do you agree with Suman Siraman when he says the government is not serious, the manner in which they've dealt with this case, because the accused were allowed to have mobiles, and whether it is Karnataka we're talking about, whether it is Kashmir, charges from opposition are that despite the fact that there is BJP ruling the roost in these states, at whatever level you like to look at it, administratively at least in Jammu and Kashmir, despite that we are seeing such killings take place by fundamentalist elements.
See, let's not politicize Madhav. The fact remains that the nation is facing radicalized Islam. The whole world is facing, and India is not left out. And the people like some people who call themselves as liberals, and some people who live in denial mode, they are still reluctant to accept it. Every day Hindus are being killed, and when some statement is made by a Hindu leader, that has been blown up. Now this kind, unless and until radicalized Islam is crushed in totality, nothing is going to happen. There has to be, irrespective of the government, whoever is ruling the state or the center, that is not the issue at all. At least we welcome that terrorist organization like PF has been banned, but that's not enough. We need to crush this terrorist activity and the mindset which is radicalizing this kind of youth. The leadership, Islamic leadership, is also responsible to a larger extent who does not come out in open and condemn this kind. Stray condemning like Atikur Rahman is not going to work. Unless until the leadership, Islamic leadership, Muslim leadership, they come out and condemn and they stop this kind of radicalization, this kind of killing is going to happen and continue. So we need to ensure that and we have been always saying there is radicalized Islam and the entire humanity is in danger. And there are people who don't want to accept it. That's the biggest problem. Now this is a proof that somebody is clicking the selfie with a dead body every day, and then in Delhi also there were killings happening, and then they try to turn the tables and they say it's personal rivalry. Islamic radicalization is threat to the humanity.
Atikur Rahman, where is the strong condemnation coming in? And this is something that is required to be discussed.
Madhav, this proves BJP is interested only in the vote banks and the Hindutva politics and the Hindutva consolidation. They want to garner votes on these serious crimes. I am demanding a fast-track court. I am demanding, sir.
He's taking a selfie with
Mr.
a dead body on a brutal killing. Does that amount to Hindutva confederation? What kind of logic you are applying here sitting on a TV? Come on. First you should condemn the killing and condemn this kind of act what these guys have done.
He has condemned
Then you
it.
speak.
No, he has condemned it. But
I know that I have rubbed you on
he
a
has.
very
He
wrong
started.
side, sir.
He started the. No. Let's be fair. Let's be fair. He started the debate asking for or condemning this killing, saying that strongest action should be taken. But Mohan Mishra, the question that still remains at the end of the day is that there are a lot of questions as to what the Karnataka government did. Suman Siraman mentioned 2 or 3 of those points in terms of how the accused were allowed to have mobile phones, and also at the end of the day, if these crimes are taking place under the BJP government's watch, then law and order being a state subject, it's obvious that the question would be asked of the state government as to what they are doing and why such acts are continuing.
See, Madhav, the moment the government come to know about that particular incident, that particular superintendent has been suspended and also utmost care has been taken and the jammers are also installed in the, across, that particular prison. So that was a precaution which were taken post that incident. So at the same time, you should appreciate the fact that the moment there was a brutal killing, our government gave the case to NIA, which they solved instantly and given a brutal report. Take the example of Praveen Nettaru's murder case also. In that case also, immediately our government gave the case to NIA and the case was solved. And also the Fazil case also, the case was solved.
All right.
Taken
I'm sorry, completely out of time. Dr. Suman Siraman as well as Shriraj Nair, Mohan Vishwa, Atikur Rahman, I'd like to thank all of you for joining us. Clearly, this is a massive revelation coming out from that particular charge sheet of Harsha. Just goes to show the level of depravity and brutality of the killers in this particular case. For the moment, we're going to slip into a very quick break.